We provide rescue for our area as well as rescue for in Renterdale. We cover a little bit of 79 with Renterdale. We back up a couple of the other companies in the area. A lot of departments in the area we do what's called mutual aid. If I have something that they need, they call me. If I have something that they have, I need it, I call them.
Can't get into after we stabilize, right?
Okay. Now we're trying to do this at least a little bit realistic for you in the fact that we do have a live person in the car. His name's Paul. Paul, raise your hand. There's Paul. Okay, he's not hurt for any little kids. Okay, you saw I came over here and we crashed the cars into each other and then we put him in. So he's fine. Okay, we're going to do everything just like we would as a fire call. Okay, whenever there's a car crash and someone's inside and they're hurt, you have to take the vehicle away from the person, not the person away from the vehicle. Okay, it's called a patient-centered rescue, I think is what they call it. So basically, like right now, that door's pushed in, and if this is real, Paul would be stuck in there because the door's pushing in on him. He's kind of squished. So we can't just go in there and grab Paul and pull him out because we'll probably hurt him worse than he already is. But what we will do is we're going to get that door and we're going to take it away from him. We're going to cut the roof of the car off and put it off to the side because we don't need it anymore. Okay, now with our scenario today, we're going to say the guy that was driving the Explorer, well, he was at the bar and was drinking too hard, and once he ran into Paul, he got up and ran away. Okay? And since we don't quite have enough people, the driver of Paul's car, so we'll go with Paul was driving, and he got hit so hard he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, and now he's over there. Okay? Because if you don't wear your seatbelt, you go all over the place if you're in a crash. Okay? Whether it's in the back seat, on the roof, sometimes people even get thrown out of the car. So do we wear our seatbelts? There he is. Wear your seatbelt because that would hurt him. Okay? So we want to try to minimize that as much as we can. Now since the guy that was driving the Explorer ran away because he's scared because he had too many beers to drink, we don't have to worry about that car. We're just going to push it out the way. If they can. It's kind of a big car. We'll see. Yeah, emergency brakes on. You ready with that wheel chuck in case you guys don't stop it? That's good. Okay. Now one of the things that was going on while we were doing that, we had a crew putting stabilization to keep it from moving. We got the medic access, which was easy because all the windows broke out in the accident. The medic went in, assessed the patient, see what's wrong with the patient, and started deciding what he needed to do to get the patient out. Okay. So there's multiple things that goes on during a rescue call, what people are doing. Okay? While Calvin and Roxanne are doing patient care and packaging him, getting him ready to come out, there's constant communication between the people inside the car versus the crew that's outside. Okay? Because there's nothing that we're going to do outside the car that the medic inside doesn't know we're going to do. And vice versa. We don't want them doing anything unless we know what he's doing. Now when this is going on, it somewhat looks a little bit chaotic because there's so much activity going on, but everybody here has a job to do and they know what job they need to do. On the side note, okay, the rescue tool we're using is the Hust tool. We just got last year from a grant from the government. So that's one of the evidence that the grant is still valid, but I'll be old and I'll be good, but I won't be as good as when I was good. That's all there is to it. Look at the hood, it's all smashed down with a hammer to make it real hard to make. I did that purposely yesterday just to make it more sound. It wouldn't be any fun if it was just two cars sitting here. So we want everybody to have a little bit of fun with it. One of the things that needs to happen is you need to control the electrical system of the car. You know, everybody has a big fear of airbags and, the airbags will off and all that. There is a redundant safety system to keep the airbag from deploying and have it deploy when it's needed. But when we start cutting in the doors and stuff, there is the possibility of making contact there and deploying the airbag. You got to get the electrical system controlled, get it shut down to lessen the possibility of that. Right at the bottom of that post. inside of the car, the tool that Calvin's using is called the spreader. Okay? Now what that is a hydraulic tool that exerts like 85,000 pounds of force or something like that. And we're going to peel that door away from our victim. Stop. That's actually a farm shop. We use that to stabilize that back work. When we pushed it this last time, it kind of dug into the inside. Taking this way. You know, the guy that's standing up here in front doesn't really look like he's doing anything. His name's Brian. Brian, raise your hand. Oh, never mind. That's Brian. Okay, he's actually doing safety. Okay? His whole job is to observe what the two crews are doing, anything that's going on around the scene, whether it's traffic, whether it's other cars, police officers, medics, that'd be people that just want to see what's going on. His job is trying to make sure that overall what we're doing is safe for the people that are involved. Okay? Now, if this was a real car crash at the beginning, we would have had to check for down wires, or broken off gas meters, or anything like that. It's all stuff that needs to be addressed before we do anything to the safety. The piece of the metal will go from the body of the vehicle to the roof. It's called a post. Starting at the windshield for A post. The next one back B, C, D, E, F. I don't know. You get a stretch limo, you get the whole way through the alphabet. But you're going to go one at a time, start cutting it until the roof is separated from the car, lift it off, and then we should be able to get the sticker off and not too much of the problem. What they're actually doing, and I'll know here in a second, instead of taking the roof the whole way off, it looks like they're going to slap it. Slapping the roof? Alright, they're going to slap the roof. Basically, they cut the two A posts up front, did a relief cut on each side. We're going to grease the roof and then pick the roof up and kind of open it like a tin can. So the roof will still be on the back of the car, but not in the front. There you go, they slap the roof. Kind of like a sardine can, that's it. Okay, now they can take the tarp off the patient, because while we're doing this, we want to hold you as still as we possibly can and let the doctor try to do it.